Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? This is the number one Chief Rock and Knicks Universe. Main man, Uncle Freezer. You are now watching Knicks Freestyle. And you know what Knicks Freestyle is the unbarred, unmitigated, untainted, undiluted Knicks talk show where we legit get out here and talk that Knicks talk the way that you like to have that Knicks talk to you, right? Without further ado, let me introduce the producer, the creator, right? The mind before all of this stuff, Knicks Freestyle, an NBA historian, one of the sharpest minds on Knicks social media, FreeKeith.
What it do, good people? What it do?
What's good, boss man?
A blessed good Knicks day to you all.
Blessings. So chat real quick before we get too far along. I wanted to say this thing to FreeKeith on the air, right? Because we battle some on Knicks Twitter, we battle some on shows and such, but then sometimes when people are right, we don't always, or when you think they may be right, we don't always acquiesce back to a gentlemanly stance and admit that others may be smart as well. So let me point out that the question that's in your description box: was FreeKeith correct in his assessment of long-term growth by this organization? And I'm gonna shake his hand in a gentlemanly way and say, I think FreeKeith may have been correct. But before I get too deep into it, let me introduce one of the smartest men I know, who may only be rocking a little bit behind because today the Dallas Cowboys cut Ezekiel Elliott. Right? He may be mourning a little bit. And we know this time of year he is at his busiest, saving the world. Stand up for our guy, the ghetto intellect. We call him G.I. Bam. What's good, sir?
Wait.
Yeah.
Wow. Wait. We really cut Ezekiel Elliott?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I wonder if he's gonna resign for the Lolo. That one doesn't hurt as bad. Great time served. No Super Bowls, so unfortunately, that's how it goes when the Cowboys and your legacy is based upon the Super Bowls you win, and Zeke didn't get it done, but he was you didn't think he was gonna make it as far as rocky as it started. But thank y'all for having me. Yes, I'm late because I'm doing taxes. People's accounts are frozen. I'm on the phone with the bank. I'm saying, how could you freeze the account without giving any information to the attorney on record, to the oh my goodness, I'm drawing blank. But to the power of attorney. How could you not call the power of attorney to the estate before you make any transactions in the estate? That's a violation. These banks is out here wild. It's
wilding out.
I don't want to do this freezy, but on the other channel, Vibes and things, I might have to come in the morning. We might have to start stashing it under the.
Dude, I gotta make it my business to pull up to Vibes and things. I feel like
I gotta be there tomorrow. We might have to start putting it under the mattress, but let me shut up. I don't want to call them, but
Right, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
Oh,
But but
that SVP thing is really kind of like it's bubbling a little bit
we
bigger than they wanted, huh?
we might have to pull it on the mattress. I gotta run and meet my man. Let me do my quick intro.
Give me the word. Let me know. Let me know before it's go
Now
time, please.
we're gonna. I'm coming on vibes and things. They're playing in some other areas. I need to clean vibes and y'all
No
on the
doubt.
mall freeze or
No doubt, no doubt. We'll try to work something out, bro, so that we can chop it up, man. You know, I'm still injured, so I'm on a blown out knee, so I can't get on the elliptical. I can't sit down for a long time. I gotta get. It's post op stuff.
You a game time decision, or is it you on the injured list?
No, I'm on the injured list.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm on the injured list, man. and so and we're gonna get back to the topic, but just to make FreeKeith laugh, right? I'm so injured right now. I'm on a regimen. I'm on the pills, pizza, and PlayStation regimen right now, bro. I ain't working out. I don't know. All I know is I went to the doctor and I'm up like 17 pounds. Fluid is man, it's bananas. It's bananas, right? But you know, to the point though that I was making is what happens is in Knicks universe and this sphere of content creation, sometimes when people are right, we are not gentlemanly enough to admit that others can be right, or dare I say even smarter than us at certain stuff. And I'm here to admit that FreeKeith in this topic of looking long term maybe outsmarted us, and not in a vindictive animation type of way, but just thinking long term. Like he wasn't irrational with spur of the moment stuff. He was just thinking about the long game. With that said, I told FreeKeith I wasn't gonna do this, and I'm not. Bruh, I give you your credit. That's it. I'm not talking about this no more. I'm not about to shake your hand and pat your back and put a robe around you and straighten up your crown and park your car. Okay. So
I was begging for was patience and positivity. I'm not beating my head. I'm not beating nobody in the head about being right no more, or this, that, and the other, because you know what? The playoffs ain't come yet. And that to me, like, if we get to the second round and beyond in the playoffs, trust, the kid is going to be obnoxious.
Right.
That's when the real cards is coming out.
Right.
Like that's what I'm saving. That's what I'm saving all that breath hazing for. But right now, all I'm gonna say is like the only thing that I'm proud about being, or I'm glad about being right about, was my preaching of positivity and patience.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Like people wasn't seeing. People really wasn't looking down the road. Every move we were talking about, like it was like, okay, like the NBA is going to be over tomorrow. That's the last move that anybody that we could ever make. Like even when we gave the contracts to Burks and Noel and Burks and Noel and Kemba, I was like, cool. I was like, cool. Actually, they structured them. I was like, those are reasonable deals. If it don't work out, they're going to be able to move them. People were kicking me in my back, telling me that, the front office, they'll never be able to get off of them. Like now they stuffed the salary cap. How we going to get Brunson? The Mavs ain't going to do a sign and trade. Now we sitting here, 5th seed the next season, got them dudes off got all of them dudes off with one draft pick, left with three.
Okay.
Cats was mad. Okay, cool. Brunson wasn't enough. Oh, yeah, he ain't gonna be any better than he was in the Mavs. Oh, it was just because he had the background of Luka there. He got overpaid. I heard the overpaid a lot. I was like, overpaid? Y'all ain't even watch this man play one. He ain't step on the court one time yet.
You see what I mean?
He's still on the court one time for us, but not once. He already overpaid. That's how I know. Like
FreeKeith, why you sending me to Coney Island for a coconut slushy? I gave you your credit. You ain't got to kick. You ain't got to kick me in the neck, bro.
Yeah, you're going hard, Ham, because Keith, there was mistakes made along the way too. And
yes, but this is what I was saying.
No, but you can't go but. You can't go but because you're going so ham on the positive.
No, I'm going ham on the outlook that Cats had. Like everything.
No, but everything wasn't wrong.
Those they ended up being bad moves. Signing Noel, signing Kemba, signing Burks. They were I wouldn't say bad, but the wrong. They ended up being the wrong move. But the
RJ maxed out. Hold on.
RJ didn't max out. He didn't get the max. RJ didn't get the max.
RJ is very close to max out.
He has not gotten the max.
If it all worked out, he would get 5 years less than Keith. Let me say the number. If it all worked out great for him, he would got $5 million less than Poole. And it's getting close. He's getting them numbers. He gets opportunities with this team that he wouldn't get other places. So RJ is a proponent of you can get rich in New York if the red carpet is rolled out for you. He's a proponent of that. So but the Obi situation is bad, bro. The Obi situation can hold us back. Obi versus Halliburton is bad, bro. Because Halliburton definitely puts us in the second round. Halliburton, we talking about winning the East Championship right now. That's a big mistake, bro. That's not minor. So I don't want to say
Frank versus Donovan. That was a big mistake.
No, but that's not on this regime. But that's not on this regime.
But I'm saying like that to me. There is no way in the world that you would have known. Everybody on draft day, like at that position, at that point, Obi was the best available at that position.
He was not. Halliburton was clearly the best available, and he's going on to be an all-star at that position. Keith, what are you saying?
That's beautiful. It's great, but this is part of what I was saying. What we expect, what we expect.
Let's see what's
hold
up
on,
there, Keith. Go ahead.
What we expect. When we talk about the front office and we talk about their movements and that, what we expect is 100%. Like every move they make is gotta be like it's gotta be perfect. They gotta win every move they make, and they gotta make every right move. And that's just not how anything works.
Makes it unfair, Keith? Here's what makes it unfair, Keith. What makes it unfair is how hard you cheerlead for them when they hit the home runs. Then you don't give them to get their feet held to the fire. And when it's down, and when they're hold on, Keith. Well, because honestly, Keith, if we step back a second, I said it should have took 25 games. Keith, we were 50 games into the season, losing crazy games at home. Things were still messed up, and some of the flaws in the roster. Tibbs is out coaching this roster. He really, truly is. I honestly, Tibbs is the MVP, he's out coaching this roster. He absolutely is, bro. He's out coaching this roster.
So it's 75 to 80% of this roster is the same as last season. How come he didn't out coach last season?
Well, because
75 to 80%, that's a bit high.
How many people left? This is the dude. These people have been playing together now for years.
Let's say
they weren't getting the minutes.
Yeah, let's say about 60.
IQ wasn't getting the minutes.
Let's say about
RJ wasn't getting the minutes. Who wasn't getting the minutes?
Bro, we traded 3 players in one trade.
Yes, and that was it. And then that was it.
60% is a fair number, Keith. That's a good turnover number.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Why is he wilding tonight, Uncle Freeze?
I'm not wilding. Y'all pulling it out of me. I came on here super duper chill.
I talked to him before this. I was like, yo, FreeKeith, I legit.
Oh, so you amped him up.
I even told him to chill with that. I told him to chill.
But then you proceeded to recount everything that made you right.
Right, and that's what was excessive.
At that point, you put me on Front Street. What I'm supposed to do? What I'm supposed to do?
I was like, chill, bro. Just
I ain't even rolled down everything I thought I was right about. What I wanted to actually convey, the thing that I feel like I want to be right about is outlook, like how we look at the team, how we look at the team. That's what I want to be right about. I want to be right about, like, yo, when I was preaching patience and positivity.
Okay.
Those aren't things that, like, oh, like there's a plan inside of there that you could follow to be patient. I trusted
who we are.
I trusted that the front office had a plan that wasn't our plan. And that's what I was saying.
But my point was, though, I just wanted to just in a gentlemanly way, in a respectful way, say, hey, FreeKeith, you might be right about the thing. Now what they did and all that stuff, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that in our social media spaces that a lot of people don't get credit for being correct. You know what I'm saying? We just don't, because a lot of times we argue with each other for the sake of arguing. Nobody listens to it to a point. And even on Twitter, where people don't have voice, well, for the most part, because you can get into that.
They should be reading now,
which is creepy. But
Twitter Spaces changes the whole Twitter without voices thing now. So now Twitter has voice.
Yeah, sometimes it's creepy because, you know. But anyway, the point that I was getting at is that I think because G.I. said something and it was so funny at the time and smart at the same time. We like to call it witty, right? Like G.I. said something that was witty, like smart and witty at the same time. He's like, nah, bro, this is a soft tank, right? And when he said it at the time, it encapsulated everything that 90% of Knicks universe was thinking. Are we tanking? Are we trying to hide tanking? Why do we take on these bad players and bad contracts? Why are certain dudes playing in front of other dudes that we feel like deserve to be on the floor? Example, case in point, why is Obi not playing? Why is Quickly not getting minutes over roles? And so G.I. said, this is a soft tank. It encapsulated everything that a lot of people were saying. And so it was.
I hated y'all. I hated G.I. for that. I hated G.I. for that soft tank nonsense.
But in on social media, you don't often find people that understand what contrition is. How to say 6 or 7 paragraphs in a 3-word sentence. People don't. You know, a lot of us don't know how to do that. Right?
Pick on me.
No, you don't. No, you don't. We're not picking on you.
Pick on me, because I remember a Knicks Freestyle, last year that I was on this show that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, I'm supposed to be one of the 2 guys on, and I remember a show where I allowed and invited other cats to come on the show and get at me about my takes about Randall and about this. So all of that nonsense, I take my lumps. I take mine.
Here's the thing.
But we never argued that.
No, as I'm saying, I think
if we're gonna set the future, I think if we're gonna set outlook now, all right. Your outlook that you set to date has been phenomenal. But if we're going to set outlook now, we have a roadmap of what we've been seeing. And if you come into the Knicks light ass, you come in here lighting ass. Portland, we let Portland get out. We let Portland get out to damn near 20-point lead lighting the ass. We turned that around to beating them by 20. That means at some point we flipped that score
43-point flip, bro.
In one game. If you come in lighting the ass, we know how to gin wrap you to death. The problem is we ran into Sacramento, who said, if you lighten the ass, we're going to ball you to death. And we looked a little more light in the ass than Sacramento. So, Keith, we got to be honest that we want to beat up on people, but we don't look like we like getting beat up on. So there is a recipe out there for New York. Let's see. But I don't see those teams. They don't exist anymore.
We had a hurt Jalen. We had a hurt Jalen, and he only played one half. I'm not even like, yeah, we should have won that game, or we should have played harder, this, that, and the other. We have a fully healthy team. I'm not even worried about the Kings at all.
So I'm going to say this. And let me tell you, this is who I think the identity of the Knicks is. I think the identity of the Knicks is you put us on a team, a finesse team like Boston, we beating them 4-3. We might even beat them 4-2. But right now, if you put us up against Milwaukee, I think we lose.
That's the only team. That's the only team in the East. Honestly, that's the only team in the East that I have some trepidation about, because I feel like we are not gonna. What we've been doing was out hustling, out energying, like the style of basketball that we playing. I don't know if y'all noticed. Like,
you better be scared.
I'm not scared, but I feel like that's the only.
Milwaukee, you better be scared.
He's telling
Milwaukee better be scared.
Afraid.
Be scared of us.
But see, this is the thing. Honestly, the team is doing far and away better than I even thought that we would be doing. Honestly, and that's as a positive fan who had predictions that cats already called crazy that the team looks like they're gonna beat. I said 48 wins. Cats called me a stan, a company man, whatever name. Son, it's weird how on the Knicks Twitter world is such a weird place, yo.
Do y'all understand we gave up 5 games at home? We just gave up 5 games at home to substandard team.
Damn, man, we messed up. Hey, look, Philly.
We should have 45 wins right now.
Yesterday, Boston got beat by I want to say the Pistons or some joint like that. Like, yo, like it happens any given night. We should that game that we lost against Charlotte, we should have won that. No reason. I didn't even come into the game thinking that we would lose that game. That wasn't even a game I was thinking about.
Charlotte?
Yeah. When you win 9 or 10 games,
we should have beat Charlotte, bro. We should have beat Charlotte, bro.
Nah, man, you just beat Boston the previous game in double overtime, where a lot of the players played 50+ minutes, and it was.
You know what's going to happen in the playoffs?
And then
what's going to happen in the playoffs is you're going to have that game. You're going to have a double overtime game, that you know what I'm saying, that you just went to the wire with, possibly win, and have to play that same team who's a good team in 2 days. What are you going to do?
Right.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
But FreeKeith, but just allow me this. In your scenario, if in game 1, say in the second round, game 1, we beat Boston in game 1 in double overtime, right? Guess what's going to happen in game 2?
What's going to happen?
We're going to play Boston again. We're not going to play Charlotte.
Yes. That's my point.
The point that I'm getting at.
But that's my point. Is Charlotte or Boston a better team?
And so in my playoff scenario,
which is the better team?
In my playoff scenario, you don't change teams. You play the same teams.
Okay, I agree with you, but I'm asking you, Boston or Charlotte, which is which is a harder team?
Like they have to be as sharp, and they were still fatigued. They took Charlotte lightly. Charlotte beat them.
I'm gonna answer the question for you. I'm gonna answer the question for you. Boston is the better team. So that makes it even worse. If I gotta come back and play Boston again after that long game, and I can't beat a Charlotte after a game like that, then how am I gonna beat Boston?
What was at stake in the Charlotte game?
Dude, it has nothing to what? Playoff seeding. There's still stuff at stake. They trying to get to the 4th.
Right. 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 Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. What I'm
It's
saying,
still stuff in state.
hey, FreeKeith, I just want to say this, and I know this is this is an undiscovered fact. No team goes 82-0.
This is the fact.
Every team is going to have an off night.
Yeah, but we well past not being at 82-0, so it's
Right.
fine.
Right.
And I agree with you on your off night. That's what I was just explaining. That's actually what I was just talking about with GI. Because any given night, a team that's lesser than you might beat you. Like that's the nature of the beast. Right. Like Milwaukee got beat by teams that shouldn't have beat them.
Right.
Man, happens.
Like
you know what I'm saying? They still gonna be the top in the East, whatever.
Like the Knicks. Going back to the point, like the Knicks, right?
Yeah, like the Knicks.
Milwaukee should be afraid, very afraid.
I think that they should be afraid only because, we
should have beat them 3 times.
And I hate being the one to say because it sounds biased, but we're an upset threat. I think us in the playoffs right now are probably the biggest upset threat that will be in the playoffs.
Can I talk some basketball to GI? Just permit me to do this real quick, GI. The 3 Milwaukee games, the first game, the Knicks had the lead. Giannis went complaining to the ref, who had a meltdown. They gave Giannis calls all the way down the stretch, and they wound up pulling away from us, right? The second game, Mitchell Robinson didn't go all the way out to the corner on Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez wound up hitting threes against
and he was hitting them, and he was hit. That wasn't even his first one.
Right, but Brook Lopez is not Allen Iverson. He's not going to put the ball on the floor and go to the rim and dunk. You know what I'm saying? You know he a spot-up shooter, close out on the man. And then 3
times he did that game.
Drew Holiday in that same game closed us out by hitting threes over excellent Quentin Grimes defense 2 times. So those were
good shots. I can't even be mad. Like those were good shots, and they were well defended.
Right. And so my point is, if that is your king, if that is what you're bringing to the table to beat the Knicks, I need to see you do that in a 4-game series. I need to see you do that 4 times. I need to see you pull that mess off 4 times. I don't think they can do it. Right.
But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I don't want to get ahead of myself. And this is why I wanted to save the celebrations or any kind of pats on my back until we're well within the playoffs and we can really talk. We can start talking about some playoff games.
What I'm saying is some teams just have other teams' numbers.
Yes, and that's what we thought we had. That's what we thought we had with Atlanta. We thought we had Atlanta's number.
No, Atlanta has our number, bro.
When they lost our number. They lost our number, but they had it during that playoffs, but they didn't have it during the season.
Josh Hart was the defining piece. Once we got Josh Hart, Atlanta couldn't do this stuff they had been doing to us before.
And that's a funny thing because we were beating them all season.
Right.
It was just the playoffs. And I blame, I'm talking about this year. Personally, I blame us not having Mitch because I feel like Mitch is an underappreciated part of our dominance against certain teams like the Hawks because he keeps Trey out the paint. If y'all notice, Trey don't go near the paint after he got swatted that one time by Mitch. Like he avoids the paint if Mitch is there, and that made a difference. That made a difference. Him not being there in playoffs, I feel like that's the reason why we didn't beat the Hawks. Not even Randall.
I think FreeKeith is anticipating a certain thing, and
anticipating what?
Maybe projecting short term, like projecting certain things based on trends, right? But what I want to say to FreeKeith is
don't do that.
This prospectus that we want you to be on, because the thing is, this prospectus that you were on before, you mentioned certain things about like what the front office does or was intent on doing, and you were right about a certain thing. Now you didn't mention Josh Hart by name, but I think you alluded to.
I had no idea.
Nah, but I'm saying, I think you were in the long standing argument. You were alluding to the Knicks just adding, pieces around the periphery to help others get better, as opposed to star searching openly or going after, say, said 6'8" wing to come in and be the savior?
They building a team. Like they for real building a team out.
Yeah, I don't agree with this, but that's what was said.
You don't agree with it, but let me tell you what we got right now.
No, I'm not that. I'm talking about the.
Oh, you don't agree? Yeah, I know. It's several people, and this is stylistically. I know it's several fans don't like this direction, and they were calling it no direction. They were calling it, oh, they need to pick a direction. This, that, and it. Nah. Dude, what they have done, like the core of cats you see playing, been playing together for seasons. They are actually appreciating this young core more than fans. They believe in the young core more than the fans do, and that's such an odd feeling to me. Like cats called them incompetent for not wanting to overspend and let go of certain guys for Spider. And at the time, it felt like, damn, like, well, how is such and such untouchable? Like, get Spider, like, blah, blah, blah. I asked for time and patience. I said, let it shake out. See what they see. Maybe they see something. They see something in the background there. They're in practices and this, that, and the other. They see something. Like, wait for it to shake out. Now it's shaking out. IQ looking like, well, I ain't gonna say looking like. IQ was a 6 Man of the Year candidate. They didn't want to trade him. Now I'm not mad. I understand why. I see what they saw. It takes patience and time to catch up.
Okay.
They made some good draft picks in Grimes and Quickly and McBride. They really did. McBride's defense, boy, his low center of gravity on Dame last night, man. I just saw some upside in those guys, man. That
dudes don't even play.
Right. They're doing a lot right, but if they had done it all the way right, if they wavered from the plan. They wavered from the plan a little bit.
They didn't waver from. They wavered from your plan. They wavered from my plan.
They started building around Randall, but they wasted one draft pick where they didn't build around Randall. They did. They wasted one draft pick, just one.
I wouldn't even say it's wasted because I understand. I would at the expense of being guilty for sounding like I'm defending them. Obi was picked as Randall insurance, in my opinion.
How'd that work out?
Don't look at him as a wasted pick because I feel like the Obi pick was because they didn't know what Randall. They didn't know what Randall was going to give them.
Okay.
And if they would need to trade him, if his performance from the season earlier was going to continue,
equal all of this
and
still
then
equals
turned
wasted
into.
pick. So you pass on a
I think that they might
because you need a backup power forward insurance.
Nope, because they knew Brunson was coming. You don't get charged. You don't know somebody. You ain't somebody's godson. You ain't somebody's godson, and you ain't getting charged with tampering. You ain't getting charged a second round pick for tampering if you wasn't already talking to that dude.
No argument, Keith. No argument. But you still pass up on the All-Star. You still take the best.
No, they didn't pass up on the All-Star. He's an All-Star today. They did not pass up on an All-Star. What they passed up on was a very talented college player.
And what they got.
Okay. With that said, 3 seasons ago, when they looked at Jalen Brunson, they thought a dude getting 12 minutes a game was going to be the future of the point guard position for the Knicks.
Yo, let me tell you something, man. CAA, Clutch, whatever other talent agency that's out there, Yo, do you understand that these cats is scouting out 11 and 12-year-olds?
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, they knew what he was gonna give up. They saw him. They knew. They already had experience with the brother, bro. Like they knew what he was giving up. They knew what his potential was.
So why not trade? So why not trade that first round pick instead of taking Obi? Why not just trade it for Jalen Brunson if they knew what Brunson was?
Why?
And then that way we could have had Brunson.
Get the pick. So why? That it was dumb at that point. You waiting. You're not trading for him. You're building out the rest of the team, and you're waiting for him to become a free agent because you know he's coming.
I'm lost on that.
Obi was a bad pick.
Yeah, I don't think Obi was a bad pick. I personally look at him as best available. It was best available at the time.
How is Desmond Bain got picked 20 picks after him and is better? Desmond Bain got picked 20 picks
Quickly got picked after.
Tyrese Maxey got picked after him.
Yeah. So who got picked after RJ that's better than RJ?
There we go. See, that's about
Darius Garland. Darius Garland. This is what I'm saying is like, yo, that happens every year. Y'all act like the draft is an exact science. It's not.
They didn't pick RJ Barrett.
It's not.
They didn't pick RJ Barrett as. They didn't pick RJ because your statement was they picked Obi as Randall insurance. RJ Barrett was not insurance for another player.
He was the best available. He was the best available, in my opinion. At 8, he was the best. He was the best player available. Number 1. Period. Okay. Right. There was that. You looking at Halliburton now? You looking at like, oh, he's an all-star now. This, that, and the other. What that?
Halliburton is the age now of that Obi was. He was drafted. I had to take that into consideration.
Let me do this.
Yes. I had to
let me do this. 3 years. Okay. I'm going to agree with you. Obi was a mistake. Now what? Y'all act like
that's simple.
But y'all act like even if I capitulate to that, no, Obi is a mistake. Like, yo, like I've been said, like, yo, like any plan is going to be fraught with things that were not the right move. That is not the judgment. That is not the judgment of a good or bad plan, though.
I never said Obi was a mistake. What I'm saying is,
no, I'm saying it. I'm agreeing with Gi. Obi was a mistake.
You said that Obi was Randall insurance. That's the thing that I disagree with.
I think he was, but I could be wrong about that too, because that's just what I think.
Because if they went in thinking we need insurance for Julius Randle,
meaning that he was insurance. He was insurance in case Randle came back the next season playing like he played. That's what I mean by insurance.
This makes no sense because all they had to do is let Randle play the year out, not offer him a contract, and Randle would have left in free agency.
That's the best.
But you would have had no ability to get Obi.
What? Thank God. Thank God you had no ability to get Obi.
No, but I'm saying like, then you would have had a hole. You would have had a hole at power forward and point guard. But in your mind, you already got your point guard because you know Brunson is coming. You got a hole at power forward. But now you could have picked that power forward that would have gave you insurance, and I'll just trade him later. If Randle actually is if that last year was just a fluke. If that last year was just a fluke and Randle is actually good, I could trade this guy.
Just because you say it loud with a lot of passion, what you just said was crazy, Keith.
How was it crazy?
What you just said.
How was it crazy?
The best insurance was letting Randle ball out. If it don't walk out, he works. He walks. Because Obi is old anyway. If you're going with an Obi, he was the best. The thing you got Obi for was the Knicks is void of talent, and they need players who will go now. We picked up Obi, and he averaged like 6-7 minutes a game. The now part of it never came to fruition. Even 3 years later, he's not ready now. The Obi pick was bad. Period. Doesn't mean they're bad front office. Doesn't mean that we're not on our way to a championship.
Like I said before, I will capitulate and agree with you. The Obi pick was horrible.
Yeah, okay.
The Obi pick was no. This is my exercise. The Obi pick was horrible. The Obi pick was horrible. The Cam trade was horrible. I'm not talking about the Cam trade for Hart. I'm talking about the trade to get Cam. That was horrible. That was horrible. The signing
was worth the gamble. The problem is you didn't have Tibbs on board when you did it, so you learned not to do that anymore. They learned a lesson.
True story. And also, I would trust Tibbs because I'm going to go ahead and say, observing Cam, it looks like Tibbs was right.
Hey, FreeKeith, you know what the Knicks could have done, right?
Listen to Tibbs and maybe got somebody, maybe got Hart that year instead of Cam.
They could have took that pick and Kevin Knox and traded it to the Pelicans so they could select Trey Murphy. You still get rid of Knox.
Serious?
You still get rid of Knox. Yes. You still get rid of, and I understand that this is revisionist history, but you and I, the three of us have been around each other long enough. I don't have to dig up receipts and stuff. You know, I'm not a receipt digger, right? But y'all heard me say,
I learned Trey Murphy from you. I learned Trey Murphy from you.
Yep. Y'all heard me say, if the Knicks get Trey Murphy, the draft is set. Y'all heard me say that. Y'all also heard me say last year that if the Knicks get Ben Mathurin, the draft is set. Y'all also heard me say that, right? Not saying that I know it all because I'm wrong on a lot of stuff. I'm wrong.
RJ will be in trouble. RJ will be in trouble if we have Ben Mathurin.
Can you imagine it right now if we had Ben Mathurin and Trey Murphy?
Actually, I feel like trouble. We wouldn't even be talking about RJ right now because he probably would have been.
Could you imagine if we had Halliburton, Trey Murphy, and Ben Mathurin?
Yeah, imagine. But you know what we do got? We got a fifth seed team. We got a fifth seed team that could be actually knocking on the door of fourth seed. Can actually pull off a fourth seed. I'm not really crying. Like in the universe of things that happen, if they did this thing differently or that thing differently, we have even better. But what, I'm a cry? Like, bro, like this is the best.
FreeKeith.
I said it before and I will say it again, and I'm gonna say it 3 days from now. This is the best front office that we've seen in the last Dubs worth of years. It is. And you know why? I'm not done. You know why? Because we go off off results, overall results, it's all that matters.
FreeKeith, I'm trying to because the Obi thing makes this thing turn into like a negative thing. And what I was trying to do is
I'm agreeing with you.
Listen to me. Let me finish. What I'm saying is, in that same draft, they also acquired Emmanuel Quickley, right? Who looks like a franchise type player. Like he looks like he can be here for 10 years. Right? So I want to give the front office credit for the Quickley part. The Obi part is still up in the air. Right? What I'm saying to you, and the reason why I felt like you were onto something is Emmanuel Quickley looks like a player. And earlier on an earlier show, I compared him to Jordan Poole. From the Golden State Warriors, right? And across the board, Quickley's numbers are better than Jordan Poole, except for free throw shooting. And we know Quickley historically is a great free throw shooter, right? When you look at field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, defense, rebounding, all these things, Quickley is better. The only thing that Jordan Poole gets that Quickley doesn't is, I think, 4 more minutes per game and 6 more shots per game. That's significant. What I'm saying to you is, I think Quickley is better than Jordan Poole, and this front office found Emmanuel Quickley. Can we give the front office credit for that?
Definitely. Oh, I'm not opposed to giving the front office credit.
They actually got lucky. They would have got Quickley.
Okay, they got lucky with him. They got lucky with Grimes.
They got
lucky with. They got.
Let me finish. They'd got him or Maxey, and both of them would have been a success at that number. Is all I'm saying.
Right. Yeah, just giving them credit. So FreeKeith, that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be an antagonist to you, or I'm not trying to say that the point that you made is not a reasonable point. What I'm saying is the further along we get down the road, the more I realize that a lot of the stuff that you're saying was on the target somewhere. Now I'm not gonna say it was pinpoint, but at least it's on target. You know what I'm saying? And the same can't be said for everybody that does content creation. Some people are all over the board, right? But at least
I heard we wasn't even going to make it in. Like, we would have been fighting to get into the play-in. That's what I heard at the beginning of this season from content creators. And I hate even shooting at content creators, but like, yeah, I was hearing a lot of that noise. I was hearing a lot of like, oh, Brunson ain't enough noise. I was hearing a lot of that. A lot, and I was telling cats like, "Yo, these dudes haven't even played a game of basketball yet. Like, I would be easy with the vicious takes because it's going to be a lot of crow eating and walkbacks. Like, just chill and watch it first." Nobody wanted to listen.
I think the term you used was relax.
Like, oh, we didn't get Spider. Like, oh, we're going to the play-in. Oh, it's another. We might as well tank. Cats was saying we should tank.
You've been saying relax for years.
Yeah, because we need to relax. 20 years of being at the bottom ain't getting erased in 2 seasons. Cats need to relax.
Okay.
I still feel it's phenomenal where they have brought us to now. This is still not even a full 3 seasons yet.
FreeKeith, I understand you.
How dare we? How dare we expect more?
Hasn't been a full 4 seasons. It's been a full 3. Hasn't been a full 4 seasons.
No, it hasn't been a full 3. It's been 2. This is almost the finishing of their 3rd full season. They came in. Tibbs ain't get half. Tibbs only got half that season.
No, that's where.
I mean, not half that season. Rose only got half that season, and Tibbs even got 1 season less. Yeah, I mean, a half season less.
Yeah. So Leon Rose was hired officially in March, right? In March of 2020, and then Tibbs came in.
That's 4.5
like
years.
July. Yeah.
That's 4.5 years.
How's it 4.5 years? We're not even at 24 yet. What do you mean?
Because he got 19 to 20.
19.
19 to 20. 20 to 21. 21 to 22. 22 to 23. It's March again, Keith.
COVID season. The COVID our playoff season. That was his first full season.
Yes,
that was the first full season.
Yeah.
That was 2 seasons ago.
Season before.
Nah, that's the season. He wasn't there for the whole season. They wasn't there for the whole season.
No, I understand that because the rumor started in February, and I think he came in March.
This I'm saying that he didn't get that full season. This is his 3rd. This is the 3rd full season of this administration.
But it's March again, bro.
No, that's not a full season.
4 full years.
That's not. You're using months, but it's not a full season. The season is over yet.
What I'm saying is, it's 3+ seasons for one and 2+ seasons for the other. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, so he's at 3 seasons now. He's not at 3.5 until this season's over. Let's do it like that. That sounds silly, but let's do it like that. If that's the math, if that's how y'all doing the math.
You said he never did a full 3 seasons, and he is right
now. He hasn't.
3 seasons.
This is the 3rd full season.
Oh, you talking about Leon Rose or Tibbs?
Leon Rose.
When did Leon Rose? Leon Rose didn't have a whole season. He came in half a season. So when?
He's been
so either way it goes.
What are y'all talking about?
He still got.
Y'all remember Fizz and Miller? Fizz and Miller split that season.
No, he still got till 2025. It don't matter. He still got till 2025.
Oh yeah, but this is my point. I feel like cats expected them to do some Herculean work in like 1 or 2 seasons. Like I knew it would take a little bit of time, but I saw what it was. I saw what it was that they were trying to do. And you know what? They're even giving me the build that I want. They're giving me the build that I want because like they're building out a full team where we have quality backups. We have quality starting level backups for each of our starting players.
Tibbs stole
every position, we got a starting level person that can come in if necessary.
Tibbs stole this organization. Tibbs stole this organization. Come on, Keith, let me land this. Tibbs stole this organization. It wasn't but a year ago, Worldwide West was running up to the big house, blaming Tibbs for all the failures. And all Tibbs did was keep beating this mule. We lost a little time with management, Keith, with them not believing fully in Tibbs and telling these players, even RJ got a little cute. The only player that stayed 100% loyal to Tibbs is the one who always got his butt jammed up and the fans tried to run him out of here, was Julius Randle. Even RJ got cute.
Two players. IQ loves Tibbs. IQ loves Tibbs.
All right. IQ's a basketball
Tibbs
player.
Guy. If anybody else, IQ is Tibbs' guy.
IQ's a basketball player, but I'm going to give you that. Randall's existence is tied to Tibbs. Tibbs is the first coach to say, Randall, you go out there and be an all-star. That's big. There's what, 150?
I think Fizz told him that too, though. But he wasn't able to guide him there. He wasn't able to guide him there.
Yes. Please don't ever mention Fizz now and no good takes.
Fizz really thought that he was going to turn him into LeBron.
Thank you, Freezy.
Fizz really thought he was going to turn him into LeBron, though. Am I the only one that like?
No. What I'm saying is, I don't want to get off on Fizz now. Tibbs stole this organization. He stole Dolan's mind when Worldwide West tried to cross him. He stole Rose's mind when they went and tried to get Cam and players he didn't want, and he was stubborn, and all he did, he churning out wins, winning when he wasn't supposed to. All of this is happening because of Tibbs. And I got to give it to Brunson. I think Brunson and the Brunson dad and son got to Rose and said, yo, I don't know what's going on Worldwide West, but I'm telling you the Tibbs style of play is what's needed in the NBA today if you want to overachieve with less.
Tibbs was CAA. Tibbs was signed to CAA. This is a CAA production. Like literally, they are trusting the strength of their good scouting, of their good talent scouting, from coach on down to players.
It wasn't CAA. It wasn't CAA when was trying to run his tail out of there. It wasn't CAA when
that's all hearsay though. I don't like. See, to me, what I speak on are the things that I can back up with facts and numbers. I can't. How do you know any of the fact of that?
Because remember, Randall was giving people the bird. Things were bad. And no matter how bad it got with Randall, Tibbs stood by his side. Never badmouth Randall to the press after the press conferences.
Okay, I agree with you. But I'm talking about like the Worldwide West part. Like, how you know that so definitively?
Because there was a lot of noise in the stadium. There's a lot of noise. Keep you know where this smoke this fire.
Come on, man. All right. Like, I can't argue that. Like, that's
and Randall and Tibbs came back and started playing Cam. Came back and started playing the man. Only to say I told you so.
Not only did he play him, he talked him up. Yeah. And Tibbs, I don't know Tibbs to be no smoke artist like that.
Yeah, he got to be, because he talked to all those other guys up. He ain't give up on them.
But I'm saying, what do you mean? So that to me points out that it's. Have you been watching Cam play? Have you been watching Cam play?
It's on Cam, and Tibbs told him from the rip, basically, why is this guy here? I don't have no room for him. So what I'm saying is, this is all proof that at some point management, who we're praising, and Tibbs were disconnected. It was the coach who had to get this back right. That doesn't happen very often, Keith. Usually the coach get fired. Management is the one who wins out.
You know what? Yeah, hey, you might be right. Maybe it was Tibbs. You know what the hell? I don't care. And I don't think any fan really should. Like, yo, like.
Yeah, we gotta care. Because if we hit another rush batch, I don't want to hear nothing from Leon Rose. I only want to hear how Tibbs want to get out the rough spot, not Rose. I want Tibbs. Tibbs might as well be the president, the CEO, and everything. Let him cook it all. I hope we don't get to that later. But if
they're trusting his opinion, if they're trusting his opinion and he's bringing back this product, why wouldn't you want that to continue?
I hope so. We're gonna find out.
No, I'm asking, like, why wouldn't you want that to continue?
It looks like it's moving that way now. I got to be totally honest. Nothing.
Okay, I'm not. All right. Even though I don't agree, for the sake of opinion, okay, you're right. It's moving in that direction now. But we're also moving in a winning direction. So what is the problem?
No problem.
I'm asking for real rap.
Oh, well, I've been part of winning organizations before, and I've seen egos and assholes take over and mess everything up. And I'm just hoping at the end of the day, when those doors open up or those doors close and they back behind the scenes patting each other on the butt, that Tibbs is getting the ultimate respect for what's going on in this organization. It's all Tibbs.
And you know what? Let's go ahead and cross that bridge, and we could rally up for Tibbs. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We ain't nowhere near that bridge right now, though, brother.
No, you ready to rally for management? Nah, I got you.
I'm not rallying for management. What I'm pointing out things just like you pointing out about Tibbs. And I Tibbs wasn't the choice that I wanted for the coaching hire. But I'm gonna tell you this, like results wise, Tibbs was the coach we needed.
What did you want? But what did you want to do then? What did you want? If you
I wanted like
Tibbs
I really wanted like I thought we were gonna be developing some youth like on a deeper level. I was looking for more like an Atkins type, and I was hoping I had a blind hope that we could pull that Mark Jackson would be able to come back into the mix or this, that, and the other. But those were like the type of coaches that was on the top of my list. I respect him, but he wasn't at the top of my list.
Well, there's two things. Two things you said. First, you said Kenny Atkinson is what you said first, right? That's what you meant, right? He's a player's coach. He's can bring young guys along, pat them on the butt. I don't know that would have worked for Obi. It would have worked for IQ. I don't know if that would have worked for RJ. RJ shows a propensity.
You could be right. You could be right. So, obviously, I was wrong about the coach choice. You could be right. I just like what he did in I liked what he did in Brooklyn with the young cats that he developed, and I just felt like he could do the same. But like that's really
you can't take away the fact that every time you see Karis LeVert play basketball, he goes hard. Every time you see Dinwiddie play basketball, he goes hard. So he got some good DNA players too. And I'm going to be honest, I think that's the one thing I missed about judging talent in the NBA. Is this guy going to go hard every night? There's some guys you could tell from a distance, they're going to play hard every night. There's some guys that aren't even that good, and you want them on your team because they play hard every night. We've seen them. Dennis Rodman wasn't the most talented guy in the world. But Josh Hart. Josh Hart is not.
I was just about to start mentioning I was just about to get on the Hart train.
In fact, at some point, somebody needs to break down. I got a lot of intelligent basketball players. Y'all need to tell me talent-wise, where does Josh Hart fall out talent-wise? And then where does his effort put about? I'm telling you, if we win any games in the playoffs, because Josh Hart refused. He tried not to let us lose the LA Lakers game. He was moving 10 times faster than everybody on the floor. We won last night's game 100% because of him. I don't know.
That's why, and for that reason, Milwaukee should be afraid. Because now you can't just can't just go away from, say, Quickly or Grimes and let somebody else just beat us.
We just got people that gotta be defended, like people you gotta pay attention to down to like the 8th, 9th man. Like it's crazy. I feel like this is very much something special. But anyway, that whole pickup, that being able to evaluate a Josh Hart and understanding what this team needs and being able to bring that to his team. I've been wanting Josh. I wanted Josh Hart for a while. And that is right, really kind of the reason, because he always looks like
breaking news, or do you have this on record already?
Oh no,
I got breaking news.
This is in the thread from because he came into the draft with, I wanted him over what's that dark skinned shooting guard that we had picked? Everybody, we really thought everybody was hoping he would be better. I think the same time as Frank D, something with a D.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
No.
The one got shot
you're not going to say Damian Dotson. He was in.
I wanted Josh Hart. I wanted Josh Hart over Dotson.
Okay.
And like when he came into the league though, like he just like, I liked Ron Baker. And why I liked Ron Baker was that dude would put his physical life on the line for basketball with minimal skill. He has minimal skill, but what he will give you is everything he got. Nobody else in the league would have tried to guard that. Nobody else in the league would have tried to go up against AD when he got bashed in his face and got his whole face cracked. Nobody in the league would have did what he did. Nobody.
Yeah.
I used to love that. And Josh Hart reminds me of a more talented Ron Baker. Yeah. I love dudes like that. That's that Nick energy. And it's infectious because you see how these cats play when he's playing. You got to match his speed. Play like a pit bull. Love that energy. I think Josh was such a underrated good pickup.
I just want to know when the last time I remember playing the Bulls and they traded us Oakley. And I used to be like, I was like, man, what the hell was they thinking trading us this guy? He's kicking their ass. Just think about the fact that we played Portland last night and they traded us Josh Hart. And the reason they couldn't beat us is because they didn't have a Josh Hart. Imagine when we play Dallas and Dallas can't beat us. One, because they traded for Porzingis and slimmed out their bench. They're stuck with Frank and Tim Hardaway Jr. Tim Hardaway Jr. has never had a great game against us. Frank Ntilikina has never had a great game against us. Then last night, Kevin Knox goes in the game with 3 minutes left to go. Cam Reddish is out there on the floor. Like, remember when teams used to trade players and then they would come back and kill us? Now we trade players.
That was the talk I heard. That was the talk I was hearing that day. That's what people were telling me. Like, oh, this game, Cam's gonna be.
And that's when we played them, is the very reason we get to say we told you so. Thank God we got rid of that guy. And he keeps Dennis Smith Jr. Like they'll have moments, but we'll beat their team. Even the guys we love, and that I'm gonna give front office that, because they're probably undefeated. We miss Bullock. We love Bullock. We can buy better without him. I might freeze up.
You good?
Yeah, nah.
I hear you.
Damn microwave. It's always some. Yeah, she done that. No, and we just never get that lucky. We just never get it to where all the players we treat, when we go back and play against them, it doesn't burn us. And for that, I got to give props to management. But I just wish we'd have got Halliburton. I really do. To be seen Obi on this team, I feel bad for him like I feel bad for Frank. Obi goes down as Frank. Obi goes down as Knox. Those guys just shouldn't be on this team. It's not their fault. I don't know what their career could have been. I don't know what Obi's career. Obi's career is going to suffer because of this.
I give Obi way more props than both those two. And when if he leaves, and if he'll be part of something that leaves for value. Like there's value in Obi. There was no value in Knox and Frank by the time that they let Frank walk. Like the time to trade Frank was probably year 2 when he had still some speculative value. Like Frank was a total bust. Knox, I thought and it's weird. Like Cam is a better talent. I think definitely a better talent than Knox, but he ended up having the same problem. Like the issue is between the ears, and you're not putting it all together. Cool.
But I don't know how you say any of them are different busts. They all went to another team, and they're about to get their last contract, or it's going to be a very low contract. Obi's not going to get another big contract anyway. He's not getting $100 million.
I actually think Obi is probably going to get traded, or maybe here's a news flash. Maybe Obi is cool right now with his position on this winning team with the people that he loves.
Can't keep him on this roster. What would you keep? You would keep a number 8 man on this roster to do what? For what money? No way. Obi in his current role as a number 8 pick, he's got to move on.
Somebody's trade. Well, there's going to be trades. To me, this offseason, everybody can't get kept. So something's going to shake. Something's going to shake this offseason. I personally think, and unless he continues this play that he's playing right now all the way through the playoffs, I feel like RJ might be the most valuable trade piece that we can lose.
And honestly, I'm leaving RJ alone if the trade brings more salary to me. If the trade gives me less salary, equal salary, but if I have to take more salary to get rid of RJ or attach a first rounder,
I'm absolutely not doing that.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that. You're right. I'm not doing no upside down trades for RJ. I'm definitely not doing that.
I have his bird rights. I'm not stressed to get rid of RJ. I'm a little stressed to get rid of Obi because his contract's gonna come up, and then I'm gonna be dangling him like Knox. I don't want to be dangling these guys every time.
No, he's way more talented, and I think that there's suitors out there for him. I don't think that it's a Knox situation.
Well,
I don't think he's been more productive. He's been more productive than Knox ever was. Way more productive.
How?
Way more.
How?
What are you talking about? He's been way more productive than Knox was. Way more productive and used way more. Doing whatever he does, bro. He's not a bad player. Like he'll put up his numbers. He'll get rebounds. Like he's not a bad player, dude.
If he's
even counting stats, the counting stats, dude. Obi towards the end of his run, did he even play? I mean, Knox, did he even play?
He started playing a little bit, but what I'm saying is, you're saying, okay, I will say that for whatever reason, Obi got more minutes than Knox. To me, it's the position.
I think he's the more talented player.
But weird. I just ask him weird though. What are you saying? One does better than the other? Run the floor better. He has more. He has a higher. Energy.
I think he's more. He has a higher energy level. I think he has a higher motor. He has a higher motor, and that actually goes a long way.
He's not a better shooter than Knox. He's not a better dribbler than Knox. He's not stronger than Knox.
Knox wasn't getting busy with the rock. Dude, I'd say their handle is probably about the same. Knox wasn't getting busy.
Right, about the same. That's what I mean. About the same, not better. So where's
they're about the same? But to me, the motor puts him ahead, and also I felt like he was better under the rim. He's better at the rim, and he's better at the rim than Knox was.
And Obi got drafted to a better situation. He got better drafted.
That's true.
A better what you call
I agree with that.
Front office. front office that drafted Obi has invested him to day one. The front office that drafted Knox, once he was a bust, they turned from him. They tried all they could do to get rid of him.
Yeah, they realized they made a mistake. I'm not mad.
So let me read.
Let me read
super chats. I truly appreciate the super chats on this show. We got Justin DW, RJ and Obi, 2 picks for Brandon Ingram. That's just too expensive. Now that might drop our. I would have to see, Justin. I would have to see what it does for the salary cap. But RJ, Obi, and 2 picks. That just seems expensive. I think they would do it. Well, you know what? I don't know.
I want Brandon. I want Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, but we got to see what goes on with Zion.
Yeah, like send him. Yeah, like they tried the RJ Cam experiment. That didn't work out.
Ingram.
They can't give up Ingram. But that's who I want. That's who I want for RJ. And I feel like you give us Brandon Ingram. Like we got a for real we got a for real championship team threat.
If Keith, if we get any 6'9" player that can chew gum and walk a thin line at the same time, that can chew gum and drive a car and got a lot of heart, you give us anybody. How hard should it be to find a Jay Crowder? Now, let me make sure Jay Crowder might be a little undersized, but give me a 6'9" Jay Crowder. We win it. We win the championship right now. Give me a Tucker in his prime, PJ Tucker in his prime.
Oh, that okay. I give you that because to me, Jay Crowder is not like Tucker is for real tough. I like Tucker. Like, yeah, okay, a 6'9" Tucker.
Jay Crowder tough.
He ain't
I just
tough.
don't think Crowder's 6'9".
He's fake tough. He play tough.
Give me
I got a tough exterior.
Not this.
You say what?
PJ Tucker with bad feet. Not bad feet, PJ Tucker. Give me PJ Tucker in his prime.
Prime PJ was a problem. Prime PJ, I respected Prime PJ, and even now he'll give you flashes of Prime PJ.
Yeah, but you ain't gonna get that out of him in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I just need somebody to slow down Giannis, to put some weight on to help out with Embiid, and we win this East, man. It's just a few moments on the stretch. And Keith, I will say this though.
Cats be forgetting about playoff Harden though. I'm not really. It's weird. I feel like I should be, but I'm not really that scared of Philly.
Well, you never seen playoff Harden pick and roll in with one of the biggest big men ever played, one of the most big men ever played this game. Since they went to that pick and roll, they're the best in the NBA, Keith.
I seen Randall get his back kicked in for his only playoff appearance ever, and he gets his back kicked in, and all projections of like him needing to be traded, and he really don't got it, and this, that, and the other off of one playoff appearance, and he whiffed. Dude, I've seen Harden whiff many a playoff appearance. Many. I've seen superstar Harden look very pedestrian in the playoffs on multiple occasions. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
If Randall was playing next to Joel Embiid, there wouldn't be a human on earth that would doubt what he would be able to do because the pressure wouldn't be on him. When Joel Embiid comes and sets that pick, and that boy comes flying off that pick with his handles, the way he took, it's a different. I'm telling you, down the stretch, you don't want to be with the Sixers to stop the Sixers from getting the bucket, and they running a pick and roll with Joel Embiid and Harden. It just is what it is, Keith. With Harden, you're talking about dribbled the ball with nobody to set a solid pick for him, and he dribbled out front and had to create the assist. No, this Harden has a specific role. Come off that pick as hard as you can and use your best ball skills, some of the best ball skills this league has ever seen. And him and Joel Embiid are leading the NBA in two-man play since Doc finally went to it. Now, what took Doc so long to go to it? I don't know. He's not the good coach. He's not a good coach.
Hey, let me say something real quick. Justin DW, thank you for the generous contribution. Justin DW says we go into the Eastern Conference Finals if we see Boston in round 2. But let me
I think so.
I think so too. But
I think so.
let me throw this out there.
Boston don't want this smoke.
And let me throw this out there too, because we absolutely put Randall on the chopping block for that playoff series against Atlanta, right?
Yeah,
but
definitely.
have we ever considered the starting lineup and role players in that series? Think about this.
No.
Wait, hold on. Think about this. The Knicks started Elfrid Payton, Reggie Bullock, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, Nerlens Noel. And the defensive stoppers, the role players off the bench, Alec Burks, Frank Ntilikina, and Taj Gibson. And when I ask you today, where is Elfrid Payton? Where is Reggie Bullock? Where is Nerlens Noel? Where is Frank Ntilikina? Where is Taj Gibson? You couldn't find them on them wanted posters in the post office, right? But we point to Randall. We point to Randall and say, well, Randall let us down. And all I'm gonna say is when it came to when we were like, okay, well, those guys were not enough. Let's see what Derrick Rose can do. Derrick Rose come save us. As soon as we picked Derrick Rose to come save us, Derrick Rose got hurt.
No.
But we say we put it all on Randall. Now, all I'm asking, if I'm wrong, all I'm asking for is a reasonable retort to that lineup. Would you take that lineup? Would you take that roster today? Elfrid Payton, Reggie Bullock, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, Nerlens Noel, Alec Burks, Taj Gibson, Frank Ntilikina. Yo, in a game where we needed a defensive stop, Tibbs took out Elfrid Payton and put in Frank. All I'm saying is what in the world did we have to work? The Atlanta series need to be revisited, not just from revisionist history, but maybe look at it for what it is. Were we overconfident going into that Atlanta series? Maybe. Did we feel like that team should have won more games in that Atlanta series? Maybe. But if it was that a playoff roster that went into the playoffs,
we didn't realize. I feel like the fan base wasn't really realizing and accepting how important Mitch was for the team.
That was a pandemic roster.
Yeah, but in terms of like our dominance of Atlanta, Mitch had a lot more to do with that. And I don't think that we really evaluated that situation clearly.
Well, you're a little guilty of it today too, because you talk.
That's what I said. I said we.
No,
I said we.
Yeah, no, because Mitch is the reason. I apologize, but I just wanted to make sure I landed this. Mitch is the reason we're as good as we are now too. And Hartenstein.
I've been on record with that. I've been on record with that.
Playing like Mitch. Hartenstein comes in the game. This is why that guy thought Hartenstein was going to be the most valuable player of the league, because he saw the Knicks was voiding the offense. So he thought Hartenstein was brought here to upgrade the offense. What he didn't realize is Tibbs only wanted Hartenstein for his big body to defend and rebound. And if you do get some open shots here there, but you're not going to be floating. That's the other part. They talk about Mitch needing to extend his game. Y'all don't understand. The coach don't want that from him. Hartenstein has great offense. He's never around the 3-point line. His butt runs from shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, and that's because it's about Tibbs is intentional about offensive rebounding. He's intentional. If the man in front of you is smaller, take his ass to the hole. If they come and help, kick it. If not, you bully that ball up there, and everybody else crash the boards, and then we don't get back on D. The way we play defense, the way we play basketball is beautiful basketball.
It's beautiful basketball.
1960s basketball, but these young Steph Curry type fans, they ain't gonna like it, bro. They're not gonna like this. You can forget it. I ain't gonna try to get them to like it when I see him upset about it. Now, Randall does play some very ugly basketball, and now the media, who didn't know who Randall was, who said he couldn't do something, now their thing is the Randall handle. The last 2 minutes of the game. Randall makes his biggest turnovers the last 2 minutes of the game, trying to do too much when it's on the line. And it's getting old. And now the casual fan can call him on it. That's how old it is that the casual fan, not like us, that's sitting there analyzing every move, see that? I'm scared about Randall's mental.
I don't know, bro. But
I'm not.
I'm moved a little bit the other way. And the reason why I say that is because for all Julius Randle's other stops with the Lakers and the Pelicans, you never heard anybody talking about Randle being a mental case.
Never. And he was there. And we got him. It's 8 years into his career.
Right. The thing is I think it's the old school approach by Tom Thibodeau in the front office. It's the reason why it's a slow burn with our young players' path to stardom. It's an old school approach. You're not giving them the keys right away. You're making them earn their keep. And when they make mistakes, you kind of take a little bit of responsibility away from them. But at the same time, these Bobby Knight type coaches like Tibbs will get into players' heads and mess up their mojo. I think you see it with Obi. I honestly think you see it with Grimes. I think you see it with RJ Barrett at times. Why a guy works on his shot all summer and makes progress and then gets into the season and can't hit the backside of a barn.
To be fair, all of RJ's seasons were up and down like that, though. All of them.
Right, but I don't dispute that. What I'm saying is like you can't say that Randall is a basket case and then look at all these players and not just young players, but players in general have like this whole thing of this guy is just too hard on us and restrictive on us all the time. Even at the moment, there are murmurs that Mitch is frustrated about not getting touches.
Murmurs? He's pretty much said that. I saw the post that he sent out on social media. Like he pretty much said that.
Right. We can end it right here, man, because I gotta go eat some dinner too, man. So
today was a really good show.
Yeah,
man. And FreeKeith up here hot stepping on me, man. I was like, FreeKeith, don't hot step on me, bro. I just want to give you your credit. And so
he was big stepping, bro.
Yeah, as soon as
I want to reserve my full. Like I want to reserve my full meal for when we get out of the first round. We in the second round. I'm obnoxious.
You see him?
Dude, he said 53 wins. We would have to go win out to get to the 53. So he got to relax.
I didn't say 53 wins. I didn't say 53
all I'm
wins.
saying is FreeKeith, I said you was right. You ain't had to send me to the store for a pack of cigarettes, bro.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
And you did say 53 wins.
And a six pack.
You say 53 wins every year.
No. I say 43 wins every year. Yeah. Just a little bit above half to me is a winning season. You give me one above half. But what this year I said 48 wins was what we was coming out with. And I actually now think that we might walk away with 50.
And so we 10-2 down the stretch. Okay.
That's a stretch?
No. I know. 10-2
I'll be back. I'll be back.
Okay, all right.
10-2 down the stretch. 10-2 down the stretch is a stretch.
Okay.
10-2.
I'll be back.
Because we got to sit some guys. Keith, and plus we're going to start looking at our position. And I'm going to be honest. I think we're not crazy to say if we can win our first round against anybody and get Boston and line up to where we get in Boston in the second round, we got to shoot for Boston in the second round. If we go shock the world, it's getting Boston in the second round. Great show, and I'm shutting up.
I'm here to tell you, GI. I'm here to tell you that we can make the Eastern Conference Finals if Miami also upset somebody in the first round. If we can get Miami to say upset a Milwaukee, and we get Miami in the second round,
They see.
All right, let's get out of here. We got to say
yeah. This is taking it to a whole nother convo.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for coming through, rocking with us, man. Thank you for watching Knicks Freestyle. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. We'll holler at y'all later. Peace, man.
Love y'all.